Welcome to Bicycle Maintenance with a Fairly Average Mechanic, and we're in the workshop. It's quite cold today, isn't it? That's why I'm wearing this jacket. Shall I put the hood up? There we are. How's that? There we are. Bicycle Maintenance with a Fairly Average Hooded Mechanic. No, I'll take the hood off. It's not that cold. What we're doing today is shoes. Yes, here is some shoes. But what I thought I'd show you is how to put your cleats onto your new cycling shoes. Now, this series of videos is for people who are fairly new to cycling, or perhaps coming back to cycling, having picked up or started cycling during this coronavirus period, and finding out about all the different things that there are to do with the bike. And this is a series of maintenance videos and a series of videos about stuff to do with cycling, and the stuff we're looking at today is shoes. Now, there is a separate video in this series about the different types of pedals that you can get and the different types of shoes that you need to use those pedals. So what we're looking at is you've chosen, in this case, a pair of SPD mountain bike type shoes that come, or that you get these particular cleats with. So let's just get in a little bit closer there. By the way, my wife says you shouldn't put shoes on the table. It's bad luck, apparently. Well, I can't really do this video without putting the shoes on the table. So the bad luck that will probably flow from this is that this won't work. Anyway, we'll put the cleat where we like it. I'm going to use the upper two holes in this instance. And I put the metal plate, and I don't know if you can see there, a little bit difficult to see, but these are countersunk little holes, so they go down like that. It's a good idea to put a little bit of grease on the Allen bolts. It's not essential, but it's, oops, dropping it there on the table. That's part of the bad luck, no doubt. Just putting a little bit of grease on there. Not essential, but can be quite a good idea. So I'll just put that down there, put the cleat on it, put the screw in, get my hex key and just screw it in slightly like that. Get the other Allen bolt, put a little bit of grease in it, a little bit of grease on it, by the way. Put it there through the countersunk element into the hole and do it up, and bingo, there you are. When you're happy with the location of it, then tighten it up. I'm going to tighten it up just like that. First one screw, then the other, so they're equally settled into the shoe, and just tighten it up like that. Now you will see that there is another one of my videos about the use of a torque wrench. It isn't essential that you use a torque wrench on these bolts, but these bolts should be tight but not too tight. No need to pretend you're some kind of MMA fighter and you have to prove your strength by screwing these bolts so tightly down into the shoes. Sorry, they're not quite straight, are they? I'm just going to undo that slightly, undo that one slightly, and just make that a little bit straighter. There we are, that's better. And then tighten it up. Yes, and no need to pretend you're Conor McGregor or whoever the latest MMA, is it MMA? I think it is, mixed martial arts. Yes, that's it, mixed martial arts. No need to pretend you're some kind of mixed martial arts fighter and you have to do it up so tightly that you start rounding off the bolts or you start damaging your shoe. And that's it. So it's not difficult to do, pretty straightforward, so long as you've got a hex key. The other type of shoe that you may choose to purchase or to use are road shoes, which come with a 3-bolt cleat that looks like that, that attaches to the shoe like that. a big difference between these two different types of shoe, the mountain bike shoe here and, if you like, the road bike shoe here, is that these cleats are beneath the level of the sole, and therefore they are quite easy to walk on, whereas these cleats sit proud of the sole, and therefore they are not difficult but not particularly comfortable or pleasant for walking in, and are not designed for walking for long periods. It is possible to buy a pair of shoes that has both a 3-bolt fitting and a 2-bolt fitting, but they're fairly unusual. It is much more common for them to be either a 3-bolt fitting or a 2-bolt fitting. So you do need to be particularly careful when you've decided on the pedals that you want to use, that the shoes and the cleats therefore match. If you buy these shoes and these cleats, or these shoes and these cleats, you will be rather stuck. So you've decided that you want to have road shoes, these type of road shoes. The cleat, these are, by the way, Look Cleats, company Look, L-O-O-K. Shimano make a very similar cleat which has the same 3-bolt fitting. It's a slightly different cleat design, but the basic principle is the same. So you decide where the cleat wants to go on the shoe. Now, on this particular shoe, the holes are set, but the cleat and where you put the bolts on the cleat can change. And whereas where we saw on the mountain bike shoe, there was a single metal plate with 2 holes in it. Here you get 3 separate little metal plates like that, and that allows you to move the position of the cleat. So you put the cleat on, put the metal plate in position, take your hex bolt and just do it up by hand as I'm doing there. Little extra spin there to add some tightness. I put this one in. These cleats are a little bit worn, to be honest. That's why they're a little bit dirty. There we are. I've forgotten. There we are, because I put the shoes on the table, isn't it? I forgot to put a little bit of grease on. Well, we'll put a little bit of grease on this particular bolt there, and we'll put the going all over the place. Put the little metal plate in, put the bolt in, and just trying to do it finger tight there. A little bit of spin there, a little bit of spin there, a little bit of spin there. I'm like a Tory politician, aren't I? A little bit of spin makes the world go round. A little bit of spin, you see. Now I can move this around slightly, so when I decide on the correct fitting for the cleat, it's in the place that's most comfortable for me. I then tighten it up, and remember what I said on the previous one, we tighten it up pretty tight, and you'll remember righty-tighty, not lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So we're doing it righty-tighty, fairly tight, but we're not trying to pretend we're Sylvester Stallone, is he still alive? Or some other strong person. Was he a strong person? Anyway, I don't know where we're going with this. So we don't try and pretend that we're really strong, and we try and tighten it up and tighten it up and tighten it up, and before we know it, we've forced the bolt all the way through the shoe. Actually, that shouldn't be possible, but anyway, you know what I mean. So we've tightened it up, it's nice and tight, not going to move around, and there we are. That's our cleat sorted for our road shoe there, and our cleat sorted for our mountain bike shoe there. Make sure you decide which one you want, choose wisely, and then go with it and enjoy yourself. And that's it. That's how you put your cleats into your road shoes. and that's how you put your cleats into your mountain bike shoes. So, hope you've enjoyed that. Hope it gave you a little bit of explanation that you found quite useful. There are plenty of videos in this series, Bicycle Maintenance with a Fairly Average Mechanic, that person being me. Hope you enjoy them, watch them, the rest of them. If you have any requests as for particular videos you'd like to see or particular things you'd like me to do in the workshop, preferably related to bicycles, then please put them down in the comments. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, click the bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. Hope coronavirus isn't causing too many problems to you and your family, and see you next time.